So I stumbled upon a video from Matt Walsh about the crying man epidemic, and he made some good points. He made some points that I felt I disagreed with, but I did want to offer the woman's perspective because he did say he wasn't a woman and he invited women to correct him if we felt he was incorrect, which I do respect, A, and B, I want to offer the woman's perspective on this. So Matt Walsh started by saying, he thinks that men should be more stoic in the world and they should carry their feelings and their emotions with a certain level of stoic dignity, which may or may not be wrong in the sense of biological attractiveness. But he did say that he felt that women were not looking for the guy who is going to come home and cry about the guy who is rude at work. He thinks that women are not looking for men who want us to comfort them. He feels that most women would like men to comfort us. And that is actually pretty true in a feminine masculine relationship, I feel. We don't mind comforting you guys, but we would really love for you to have the strength to hold space for us when we're breaking down. So I disagree how that gets done. Matt Walsh believes that it's a stoicism that is going to solve this issue of masculinity. And I very much disagree. Because here's the thing, and I think we're getting a different view of masculine and feminine. But in this day and age, the threat to women is not a man who can't chop wood and fight wars and fight off lions and tigers and bears, oh my. That is no longer our greatest concern in this world. We no longer, we're in a really great time where thankfully we are not at risk of getting a lion chasing after us now. So what we are asking for is an emotional healing, because the greatest threat to women right now is the unhealed man. The man who walks around repressing and repressing and repressing and repressing his emotions and doesn't deal with them is actually a walking powder keg for us. That is the man who becomes abusive. That is the man who becomes manipulative because he doesn't know how to connect emotionally. That is the man that you meet in a dark alley that you really don't want to meet. That is the man that attacks women because he does not feel confident in himself and in his own strength. So he has to attack someone of a smaller frame. That is what we fear. So what we are asking you dudes to do is to have a strength beyond physical strength, is to have a strength beyond economic strength. And we are asking you for the strength to face your own demons, which we acknowledge is some of the scariest shit you will ever do, which is why we acknowledge that it takes strength to do that. Now, when we're asking for vulnerability, we're just asking you to communicate with us what's going on. Because here's a secret, and if you're married or if you're in a relationship, dudes, you might know about this already. We observe you. You guys are pretty shit at the whole stoicism thing. When you come home and start slamming shit down on the table, we know there's something wrong. And when we ask you about it, all we're asking for is the emotional and intellectual respect and the emotional intelligence on your part to say, yeah, I'm actually feeling this kind of way because this happened. And then we're asking you for the strength and for the vulnerability to ask us for what you need. We are asking you to communicate with us. Hey, I actually need some space. I'm going to go work out in the garage. Please don't bother me for like 15 minutes. I promise I'm going to come back, but please just give me my space. Or if you're in a place where you do need us to comfort you, we're happy to do it. We are completely happy to balance the relationship and the back and forth of who's crying on whose shoulder. We got no problem with that, but we need you to do it intentionally. Because Matt Walsh did bring up a couple of politicians who, shed some crocodile tears for the public. And I agree, that's complete shit. Crying in public to achieve manipulative results or to achieve public sympathy is not the greatest way to go about expressing your emotions. However, most women actually don't want to cut your balls off either. We know you're proud of them. We would actually prefer you to keep them. Even though Some women will emasculate men as a result of their own trauma. It's rarely our intention to take your masculinity away from you. So what I propose is this method of going about reaching that stoicism. 1, we're asking you to schedule an appointment with your emotions. I think that's a pretty fair ask. We're not asking you to go through your workday and call us crying unless it's a really bad situation, but we're not asking you to just explode at a moment's notice because you're so emotionally in tune. No, people don't even expect women to do that, right? We get called hysterical if we start crying in the middle of the day. So we're not asking you to do that. We are asking you to know what's going on and to make an appointment with it. Either call a buddy and say, hey, can we go to the gym? I need to talk some shit out. Or call a mental health professional and start processing with the help of a professional. Actually, I highly recommend this anyway. Or even just scheduling yourself 20 minutes to go into your man cave or go out to the garage and process your emotions however you need to process them. We're asking you to do this so that you have a greater strength and a greater capacity to help us when we need you. We're actually asking you to have more strength. That's the thing. And I think that's the thing that Matt is trying to hit on is we are actually asking you to be stronger than you've ever been in doing this. We're asking you to go back and heal your trauma so that our emotions don't trigger you. We're asking you to go back and heal your inner child so that when we have to have a breakdown, you're not stuck saying, well, stop crying. We're actually asking you to grow. That's what we're asking for. The second thing that I recommend is we are asking for communication. Like I said, we know when something's bugging you. You actually can't get it past us, dudes. So we're asking you for the emotional awareness and recognition and intelligence to be able to come home and say, hey, babe, I'm feeling this way because of this situation that's going on. And either A, it's something between us, or B, it has nothing to do with us. And this is what I need. Either I need space to work this out, or I need you to talk this out and comfort me. And we're happy to do both. You just got to let us know. So that's really what we're asking for. And the upshot of all this healing that's going to go on that we're asking for from you is that stoicism that Matt Walsh is talking about. Because when you heal your trauma, when you heal all those emotions that are bubbling up under the surface, when you process those, when you allow yourself to actually feel those all the way through and learn from it and heal from it, you're going to find that you're not triggered by much. You're going to get that easy stoicism and that easy confidence because really nothing's bugging you. So I think in that sense, Matt Walsh and I actually are kind of on the same page of where it would be really nice for men to get to. We just disagree on how to go about it. I believe that Matt Walsh is starting with the end result when what needs to be worked on is actually that first courageous step to face your own shit. So, Matt Walsh, if you watch this video, I hope it helped you. I hope it helps make your videos more accurate and informative. And if you're a dude watching this video, I really hope it gets you on the right path because honestly, I want you to be able to find that healthy relationship that you deserve, just like the women do. And I really hope that this helps someone because that's really all we're asking for. We're not asking for you to be soft and vulnerable. We're asking for you to be strong and vulnerable. And I believe you can do it. Happy healing.